Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith Jola Jr. For those that are joining me for the first time, you are welcome, and for those that are coming back, welcome back. So as promised, and as you can see from the title, today we are going to have a Q&A. Yeah, so you guys asked me questions, and so I wrote them down in this book, and that's where I'll be reading them from because I'm using my phone to shoot this video. So my first question was what is your favorite food? And for traditional food, I love beans, lumanda, lumanda and shava. Yeah, I love fried okra and did I say beans? Yeah. Yes. Okay. And then for Western foods, I love burgers, I love fries, I love pizza. Yeah. And then the second question is I love your sense of fashion. How best would you describe your style? I don't know how to answer this one. Okay. For my style, I love to take risks. Like, I don't mind doing something that I haven't seen anyone do. Yeah, so I would say spontaneous and risky. Like, as long as it looks nice, I would want to try it. Yeah, so yeah, I hope I've answered the question. The other question is I always get curious with the junior in your name. What does it mean? Um, so my friend just started calling me Junior. Yeah, so I found it cool. Yeah, and I adopted it and I got used to being called Junior. And then coming to call myself Faith Njola Junior like that, I figured it made sense because I come from a family of two and I am the Njola Junior and my sister is a Jola senior. Yeah, so I just decided to make sense out of it. So yeah, but initially a friend of mine is the one who gave me this name. Yeah. The third question is who is your boyfriend? Are you dating? Is it private or open? Um no, I am not dating, and if I was, it would have been open, it wouldn't be private. So yeah, you will know when I start dating. Yeah. Question number 4 was how do you handle stress? It depends on what I'm stressed about. Yeah. Okay, the first thing that I usually do is sleep. Yeah, I sleep. I take power naps. When I feel stressed, I listen to music. So depending on what level it's on, yeah, I do pray also. Yeah, because when I get stressed, I can be very irritable and everything. So this is now this it reaches sometimes it reaches a point where it starts affecting people around me who don't even know anything, you know. So yeah, I do pray about it. Like, God, help me handle this stress and everything. Yeah. So yeah. Do you feel like a leader or a follower? um, I do you feel? I feel like a leader. Yeah. Of course, when I'm around leaders, I do submit, but I know on my own I am a leader. Yeah. If the question meant like a follower, like those people who just follow anyhow, they don't have direction, just follow. No, 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 no. I don't belong to that category. Yeah. What is your favorite song and why this particular one? At the moment, I have 2 favorite songs. All That Matters by GUC. I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah. And also You're Too Faithful by Moses Bliss. So why these two particular songs? Let me start with You're Too Faithful. You're Too Faithful just reminds me of the goodness of God, and it reminds me of how God really is faithful, because I have seen God come through in times that I never thought he would. So yeah, like even when I'm going through something, listening to this song just touches my heart, and it just encourages me and makes me remember that God is too faithful to fail you. Yeah, so the other one, the one You Are All That Matters, that song reminds me also how of all things in the world, God is the only one that should matter. Yeah, this also just reminds me of the verse that says, at what? Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything shall be added. Yeah, so honestly, it's important in our daily lives that we remember to put God first in each and everything that we do, because at the end of the day, what he wants is what matters. Whether or not he is pleased is what matters. So yeah, I hope I've answered that question. Another question was, hi, it wasn't even a question, just like, hi Faith Njela Jr. So hi. What are some of the insecurities you've struggled or is struggling with, and how have you or are you overcoming them? Okay. So one, I'll just mention one. Yeah, one of my, okay, this was my insecurity. Like, it was really, really bad as I grew up, but now I'm in a better place. Yeah, so I was insecure about my height. Yeah, because growing up, everybody's like, hey, you're tall. You're tall. Like, I know I'm tall. I know I'm tall, you guys. So yeah, growing up, I was always the tallest in class, like when it comes to the girls. And you know, if you're standing on the lines during assembly, I'll be standing last. Like, I just used to feel bad. Yeah, especially when people have to point it out, like where everybody I'm with is short, and then they're like, you're tall, Faith, you're tall. What? So growing up recently, I have just come to understand that it's God who made me, and he made me like this, and I just have to embrace it. Yeah, also my friends have helped, one particular friend I will not mention, but yeah, so this friend helped me a lot, because they made me realize, like, your height is beautiful, like other people want to be tall like you. And yeah, so yeah, I think coming to a place where you realize you are created in the image of God, and imagine how God would feel. Like, this is something he created and I'm there complaining. I'm sure it breaks God's heart, and I wouldn't want him to feel like that, because he's the one who created me. So yeah, I have just come to love my height. Of course, there are times where I still feel like, oh, I'm tall, like, why do I have to be this tall? But God always just reminds me, like, you are created in the image of God, and you are the apple of my eye. So yeah, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently if you had to start all over? Knowing what you know now, what would you do differently? Okay, so yeah, I would say entrepreneurship. I remember just after high school, my mom, my dad, and my older brother sat me and my other siblings down, and she asked us, like, if we give you money, what business can you start? And I was blank, you guys. I was blank. Like, I couldn't think of anything. So yeah, now that I know it comes from the things you're passionate about, Like now I know there's so many things I can do to make money. Yeah, so I wish I knew more about that. So yeah, yeah, I hope I've answered that question. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, cause now I do makeup, I sew palettes, like it's in the little things. I can't believe, like sometimes when I think of that time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was blank at that point. But now after discovering the things that I love, I realize I'm good at decor and all these other things. So yeah. Our next question is, if you were given a choice to live life of any Bible character, which one would it be? Okay, this may sound weird, but I would say, okay, it's really hard to say one, so I'll say three. Firstly, Job. Yeah, Job is one man who believed in God like no man's business. Like he went through so much, but for him, he still stood firm in God and everything. Like his wife left him, his children died, he lost his property, but he still stayed strong in the Lord despite what he went through. So I wouldn't necessarily want to live his life, but I would want to emulate that. Yeah. Also Noah also, his faith is just ish. Like this is someone who had and who God talked to, and even when God talked to him about building the ark, it seemed ridiculous. Even after telling people were still like laughing at him, saying he's mad and everything, but he still continued. If it was some of us, would have been like, when people are talking, let me just stop. But for him, he was still like strong in the Lord, and he still decided to go ahead to do what God had told him. So yeah, I really admire that about Noah. Also, the last person I'll say is Ruth. Ruth, apart from the well-known story for her minding her own business and working well, and then her boss just showed up and everything, another thing that I learned from her is how she was different. After your husband dies, you go to your village, but for her, she decided to stay, and she was still there with her mother and everything. So what I get from her is like she was different. So yeah, that also challenged me, like dare to be different. Yeah, people may be doing the same thing, but you just dare to be different. Yeah. Have you ever forced friendship? If so, how was it like? I don't know if I have forced friendship literally. Maybe I wasn't aware, but I have been in situations where I feel like I am forcing friendships. Yeah. This is where like where you find that I feel like I'm the one who's always texting first. Like where if I don't text, they won't text. Yeah, situations like that. But usually, after confronting the situation, it just happened that the person wasn't even aware, or wasn't doing everything on purpose. So, yeah. How long have you wanted to have a YouTube channel? I started thinking of this last year in December. Okay, I don't remember the month, but it was last year after my sessional exams. Yeah. So yeah. What do you think will be the hardest thing about being a YouTuber? What do you think will be the hardest thing about being a YouTuber? Well, so far the thing is I am still growing. I'm pretty sure the more I grow, the more I'll find out or figure out other things that would be hard. But right now, I would say the consistency, being consistent with this, because the thing is, it's not just YouTube that I do, you get, right? Like, I'm a student, I'm also at home, I'm also a daughter. You get, so like there are other areas of my life that are demanding also. So like being able to find a balance is what has been a struggle for me. So yeah. Do you see yourself being a YouTuber for a long time? Yes, I do. I do. Like, najua inakwasila. Yeah. Top 3 YouTube channels. Redefined TV. Yeah, you guys should go check it out. Um, 3. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, honestly, like this one is my top favorite channel right now. I couldn't think of any other channel. Yeah, it's Redefined TV, because I think it's the only channel that I have binge watched. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Any tips or advice for anyone starting a YouTube channel? Number 1 is just start. Honestly, there will never be a perfect time to start. So the more you procrastinate, the more you're just wasting time, honestly, because there'll always be something. First it will be no. First let me be confident enough, or no, first let me get a better phone. No, I don't have the equipment, I don't have a microphone, I don't have a ring light. Just start with whatever you have. Yeah, that's the first advice I would give anyone. And then also, even when you start your channel, just be yourself. Don't try to be like someone else. Yeah, and also avoid comparisons. When you start your channel, you may not grow at the pace other YouTubers will grow at, but just be patient and just continue doing what you love. Yeah, when your why is strong, like while you're starting your channel, you won't give up easily. So yeah. In other news, my best friend has started a YouTube channel. Do you guys remember her? Yes. If you haven't watched the birthday vlog, my best friend's birthday vlog, if you haven't watched the best friend tag, you can watch so that you know my best friend. Yeah, she has started a YouTube channel. She hasn't yet posted her first video yet, but make sure you subscribe so that once the video comes, you're able to watch it. So okay, so thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I have answered all your questions. This shirt that I'm wearing is from Modish Affair. You can check in the description. I've put a link to their pages both on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.